It's me, Mr. Bryant, here with a U.S. Marines fighting style video. Hopefully, this helps you with the ins and outs of the fighting style and how to play maybe against it and or with it. Um, how to acquire it. First, you got to play the game for quite some time, and of course, you acquire it over time of winning and ranking up. The other one, you could just simply buy it. I believe it's still for sale. Not sure, haven't bought anything. Oh, and happy birthday to this game. Today it marks was it 7 years? So 7 years with it still being on the market. Thank you to the French guy and Wings Supeditz. I think that's how you say it. If that's not how it is, I apologize, my friend. All right, so we're gonna start with points. Points is how you win and or keep yourself alive or be as aggressive as possible. Now, ideally, this isn't my setup, but this is what I put for this particular video. Always, always, always defend reflexes has to be at a minimum 4 or maxed out. When it comes to Marine fighting style, it is hand oriented. So that is a strength and a weakness. The moment your shoulders are wrecked, and that means you are going to lose, at least on that one side. If your wrists are, wrecked, then you have elbows and certain other particular attacks that can, maneuver. Same thing with elbows, not necessarily the downfall, but if your shoulders, wrists, or elbows get knocked out and you don't have certain attacks, you're not going to win, and you're just going to be blocking and just surviving unless you have counters that, are included with the feet. Now, another weakness with this is that the Marine fighting style doesn't have very fast or powerful leg attacks. So you'll see that later on in the video. But this is ideal alternative. Will be something like this here. This is what I always run. Something to like this, but now this is ideal for me whenever I main karate. This is ideal for me. This is what I do. But for right now, we're gonna go back with this right here to continue. So with the deck and the fighting style itself, the building is quite interesting. Because a lot of my decks have pretty much the same formula. We'll go with my very first deck I ever made, and of course it has almost 1,200, or it has 1,200 fights. So to me, this is the most perfect deck I could ever make for myself. It has a lot of spine attacks, joint attacks, and those are the main win conditions. So with Marines, you have to be careful because you can be easily countered. You are a tanky person when it comes to the body and joints. But like everything else, if your head gets attacked, then it's going to be a losing condition. We're going to go over headshot, my better of the two decks, because I don't really play anything or haven't played anything else, because that's I stick to my strengths here. And obviously it's karate. So we're going to go with headshot here. Headshot, like I said, follows my formula of 50-50 or 55-45 when it comes to cheat cards, and at least 2 to 3 win conditions. With this win condition is your counters. Your counters are going to be how you win. Mostly because it's attacking the head, the throat, the ears, the jaw. I'll try to be a little bit more spaced out with this so you can see what I'm running. But if you don't have some of these, definitely play to your strengths of what you do have. Of course, I believe I have every card maxed out and every card in the game, so don't feel that you got to do what I do. Just use what you got and get it to where you're comfortable. Of course, with this, another weakness would be that you gain no chi when you attack, like most every other discipline. Now, a strength is you don't have to attack to gain an adrenaline. So you can skip a whole turn and gain adrenaline each and every time. So you can just play the waiting game. It'll piss your opponent off, but you're gonna be like, all right, block, 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 block. Mid game, all right, attack. Wait a minute, now they're attacking. So, we got chi boost because again we don't have but so many ways to get our chi up. So, we got a few chi boost here. We don't want too many. We have no counter. No counter means you cannot be countered whatsoever, regardless of how many times you attack. As long as no counter is active, you cannot be retaliated against. I have a few adrenaline boosts in here just to keep the game going, just to throw my opponent off a little bit. But sometimes, like I said, with this, you can take some of these out if you didn't want to, if you want to play the waiting game. You can play the long game, but again, it's to your preference. I have the lashing uppercut because the defense line, it is very hard to get. Now, certain words like scything, tornado, cobra, sacred something. Certain words are like, hey, this is gonna be a really fast attack here. So, rapid. The defense line is kind of off, but the fog cloud really helps with the short block line here. Re-chi channel to reactivate your chi cards really helps in case you get dim mocked and you gotta cleanse it. I always highly recommend having at least one always in hand. Of course, you got double attack here, double attack with your non block, your no counter cards. Those really help. Of course, like I said, you'll see the base as in 8-5 to the maxed out of 9-6. Like I said, if it's a green number, you will be boosted versus the green background. That's your speed, and the red background is your power. This is one of my top 10 cards. I put it in every deck I have, regardless of what it is. Horrific Panther back kick, gotta have it. I can't say much else. Of course, you gotta have your ankle kick to shut down some of these kicks here. Now, some of the like Screaming Hawk, was it Screaming Hawk? This other Screaming Hawk. These are more just to give my opponent something to do. They're fast, but they're very much blockable. This is again more to giving my win condition something else, because if you start with the teeth, throat, and nose, and then you start working on the body, again, this is more of a boxing type of thing. When I first created this, is like a lot of headshots and a lot of hits to the body. So of course you have some of these dirty, quote unquote dirty hits here with the kicks, because there's no kicks allowed in boxing, but there's that. So when you're in Ura state, you have to be in 50% or below. I want to say it's below 50% in any given category, and then you'll be put in the Ura state. Fun fact, that is also me with the Ura in the background whenever you enter Ura when you win or enter Ura state. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Marine style has its has its moments. Some weaknesses that are kind of coming to mind are that you're weak against a lot faster fighting styles. Taekwondo, Wing Chun, Ninja is a notoriously fast art, especially against Marines. So if you're going to use this, please, please, please use your defense reflexes. Try not to rely on spirit because you are a tanky type of fighter, except for when it comes to your head and then mock. But other fighting styles like Taekwondo hit so much harder with their feet, but their arms are very lacking. So you can end their attack sprees with hitting major joints like ankles, shoulders, elbows, wrists. With any fighting style, you'll shut down a lot of stuff to help you win the game, especially if you know what you're fighting against. So hopefully this helps. Thank you again, the French guy and Wings. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your whole name. I don't want to butcher it like that. But thank you so much for reaching out and helping, this guy come out of a hiatus because, life and everything. I hope y'all are doing well. I greatly appreciate y'all. Be great.